All right, folks, it is finally time. We are back, and this is going to be Earthbound Boogie Percent, being run by DerrickGnC. Take it away, Derrick.
Hello, everybody. Yes, this is Boogie Percent for Earthbound. We did have an incentive set for naming some of those kiddos.
We did. Let me just take a last-minute refresh here just to make sure I don't miss anything.
Oh, please do. Please do. Yeah, but so we're going to be naming the 3 kids. And you'll see why we're not naming the 4th kid, which seems really weird that we're only incentivizing 3. But we're not going to see that 4th kid.
That's interesting, but okay. All right. So it looks like Geech, Booch, and Roy are winning this.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's Geech for Geech.
All right. And second one?
Booch. So Booch.
Okay.
And then Roy. So Roy.
Roy's our boy.
That's right.
All right, then the mysterious 4th kid that, again, we're never going to see. And then we have a pet name. I will name it after my lovely own pet, because all pets are good. You know what? Actually, I seen something last run. I'm sorry. We're going to name it after the best doggo.
Oh.
Laika, the first dog in space.
Nice.
And we're going to name our favorite food tacos. Those are indeed great. And favorite thing, okay, this is where you're going to have to trust me, everybody. But we're going to name our favorite thing chat, because first and foremost, y'all are excellent at supporting not only this channel, but also the charities that we are running. We're showing some chat some love. So Geech, Booch, and Roy, I'm sure there's a story behind that, and I would love to hear that in a little bit. But are you ready with timer? I'll give you the countdown.
Yep, so you can go ahead.
All right, in 3, 2, 1, good luck. All right, so we have like 1 minute and 10 seconds to talk. So,
Okay.
This is the beginning of Boogie Percent. Boogie Percent is where we start in the town of Onett, go through Tucson, and end up in Threed, but we also get to visit the UK. Not even a joke, we get to go explore a snowy area that has Stonehenge. We are in the UK. So we're gonna call some friends, we're gonna get together a small gang, and we're gonna beat up a sentient tent. This is Earthbound. If you haven't seen Earthbound, it is a very nostalgic trip, but also a game you probably shouldn't take too seriously, even though the speedrunning community for it is ferocious, back and forth in first place. So, like I said, about a 1 minute and 8 seconds, and we're finally going to get control of our character. There are no time saves for that. Unfortunately, it would be a dream, though. And we are officially out of bed, and we're going to grab some stuff from our sister's room. I can agree with that, Cece. We love chat.
Chat's the best. Question for you. How much of this run would you say is cutscenes?
Not a lot of it. There is a couple towards the end, but actually not a lot of it is cutscenes. Being an old SNES game, just cutscenes just really weren't entirely a thing. There's a couple parts where it's just a little bit more dialogue heavy, but not a ton of it. Not a lot.
Nice.
Yeah.
So if you found a way to skip that intro cutscene, it'd be a huge game changer.
Oh, if you found a way to skip that intro cutscene, I believe there's no hyperbole in saying this. You'd be a god amongst the Earthbounders.
I'm on it. Yeah, just give me a weekend, case of beer, I'll get it done. Don't you worry.
Ooh, now we're talking. So we're going to be told by our friend Pokey that we're bugging the officers, and we're just going to go home. We're going to accept that and go home in our snazzy pajamas. I've said this nearly every time I play this game, but I want pajamas like this. I want nice stripy pajamas, because they look comfortable.
It's like the bananas in pajamas. It's the same ones.
Exactly.
Beautiful.
So, have you ever played this game?
I have. I've played this casually many years ago. Because I'm an old timer, so yeah, I remember getting this, and it came with the giant box and all the stuff in it.
With the giant sticker that says "This game stinks."
Yeah. It was. I'm so sad I got rid of that. I did not know it would hold value later on in the future.
I
But
want to ask then, since you had the game guide, if you bought it that way.
Yeah.
Does the scent of the scratch and sniff cards also haunt your memory?
If I could remember them, I might tell you. Were they horrible? I actually don't remember.
They were hauntingly bad.
Oh wow.
But
Okay.
they're one of those smells where you're like, if you smelled it again, it would be that Ratatouille moment where your brain flashes back and goes, a simpler time.
I love it. But yeah, no. So I have played this like a long time ago, and then I've watched some speed runs, and you guys have really like pushed it pretty far. Like the last thing I remember was seeing like a bunch of RNG manipulation based on the paths that you take when you're walking.
Yeah. There is, so for clarification, there is no RNG manipulation in this particular category. There is no manipulation, no glitches, no nothing like that. So that is pretty cool in the fact that there's not a lot of tech, but the tech that there is extremely useful. And I'll be talking about some of that tech actually coming up pretty shortly.
Okay, nice. Well, that's interesting then.
We're going to talk a little bit about, and I can get started on some of it, is stutter stepping and despawning. So certain enemies only check if you're moving on certain frames, and that is not one of those enemies. I need to get rid of those dogs there. That dog is dangerous to us, but we can avoid it. It will move anytime it sees us. That snake, however, will only move if we are moving in the window it is looking for. So if you just stutter and you just absolutely hammer and mash the directionality buttons, you'll do okay. It only looks within certain frames, which is kind of
that's
cool.
interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
So it doesn't. It's not even like a field of view. It's just like a window.
You have to be within its like aggro radius if you're an MMO player. You have to be within a certain radius, and then it starts checking for inputs, basically.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
It's a little weird to explain. Weirder to explain how to do the stutter stepping, but once you get it, you get it. And that was actually pretty clean. Only had to despawn the dogs a couple times. You see, we seen the dog and we immediately backed out. This game is built on spawn plates. So if you step off of a plate, it'll unload everything in the other plate. So it's just despawning the enemies and figuring out and re-rolling and saying, well, is there going to be nothing? Is there going to be another enemy? Maybe a butterfly, which can happen.
Oh, so you don't even know what's going to show up if you step back.
There's a certain pool of enemies here. So there's crows, snakes, and dogs. The dogs are the most dangerous because they will beeline it for you, regardless of inputs, anything like that. Snakes are the easiest because you can stutter step past them. And the crows are very situational because they move in a wave pattern. And they will move up and down to get to you. So it's really weird that way, but we want snakes more often than not. Because if you're good at stuttering, you're good.
Just easier to get by them.
Pretty much. So let's go back over some story real fast, because we have just talked over a lot of it. Basically, we had to go up to the top of the hill and rescue Picky, Pokey's brother, and we get told a prophecy by a stag beetle within the meteorite saying, hey, in the future, an unknowable evil called Gygus is going to try to destroy the world. 3 boys and a girl are going to save the world, and Ness, congratulations, you're one of them. And then Pokey turns around, the kid in the middle, and says, hey, this isn't really my thing. I'm terrified right now. I'm not going to be one of those 3 boys. I'm out. Thank you for the offer, but I'm out. And as bad as Pokey has done some things in this game, we stand setting some boundaries and saying, nope, it's not me, I'm out. He sticks to that boundary, and I respect that. So now we're doing our first boss battle, which is Starman Jr. And it is a very much scripted battle in that I cannot lose. Starman Jr. can do freeze and fire or nothing. Ooh, that was a nice hit, 127. We are hoping for freezes because every other turn, Buzz, our stag beetle companion, is going to put on a shield. There it is, right there. Whenever Starman Jr. uses fire, it hits everyone. Freeze is a single target, which is much faster. And Starman was defeated. There's your first battle, everybody. Rejoiceth. Starman Jr. is down. Starman Jr. might be my favorite boss. I think it's the iconic character from the game, as early and as limited as it is.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's pretty iconic, oddly enough.
I kind of like it. All right, we're going to my favorite house in the game because I get to share a terribly cursed piece of information. This is the house of Lardna and Aloysius Minch. They have names.
And how did you find their names?
They're said like one time in the game. But that is my favorite piece of trivia to pass along, that they actually have names, and they're not terrible names. I can see a cat named Aloysius. I'm just saying it right now.
It's a good name. It's a good name.
Shorten it down to Al, you got it right there.
Yeah, no, that is good.
So we're going to get to hear Buzz's last words. We're sadly not going to hear the droning the rest of the game as he's buzzing around our head. We do have to mash yes and then immediately start mashing no, because this is an RPG of the 90s where it's going to go, hey, by the way, do you want to hear that story again? I know that I'm getting ready to die and disappear, but hey, we have some time to talk about this story again. And if you say yes, Buzz will do the entire line of dialogue again.
It just loops. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's terrible.
Oh, yeah.
Classic.
It's not the worst way to lose time in this game, however. There is some worse ways that technically can happen, regardless of skill level in this game.
Such as?
Death. So, if I were to die in this first section, I would have to go back home. As you exit home for the second time when it's daytime, you get the picture man. And that takes time, because you'll go, hey, I'm gonna here take a photo for some memories. You know, everybody say Fuzzy Pickles. Chat has a laugh and says Fuzzy Pickles long, which I highly encourage if that happens. We all say Fuzzy Pickles. And that can happen regardless of skill level. So every year we do the Boogie Percent tournament in the Earthbound community. And it does not matter your skill level, if you're number 1 in the world or whatnot. Sometimes death happens in this game, and we just refer to it as Earthbound is just being Earthbound. Because it just sometimes can just decide, you know what, your speed run, it's great and everything, but I'm gonna have to say no today. But we have some ways to mitigate that a little bit, so we're gonna.
And so if that, I'm assuming there's no like saves or anything, right? So if it happens, it's just...
There's a couple of saves we're gonna take.
Okay.
But sometimes if it just happens, I have built into everything all the estimates and things just in case we do take a death, that we're still gonna be okay. We are not gonna.
I mean, not that we will, but
right.
Good to know.
We're not gonna take death, and if we do, we all get to say Fuzzy Pickles. I think there's no downside to this.
You're right. You're right.
The fun thing that I like to do, and I think this drives a little bit of social media participation, is take a picture of like a pet or a selfie of you with the stream or whatnot, and then tag this Speed Duck. It drives it drives interaction.
Yeah. That is a good idea. Get on that, chat.
All right, so we are going to use life up here because we are actually no, we're good. We're good here. These enemies on occasion can take a little bit out of you, and I have a little bit of notation telling me, hey, if you're below this threshold, go ahead and heal. between battles and things like that. I'm gonna go ahead and use a life up here because sometimes the Pogo Punk can be a little bit aggressive, and we're not here for that.
So is there a reason you don't skip these enemies? Like, can you, or they
EXP.
just... Gotcha.
This is part of the EXP route. This is the first one outside I can avoid, and these next two inside I cannot. So I have to fight these first two inside though. So it's a little bit, it's a little bit spooky, but we get some EXP. We're actually setting up so that way we have an extra heal by the time we finish one of the bosses here. So there's a little bit of reasoning behind it. And now we're going to go face off against our second boss, but our first truly dangerous boss. This one has the ability to just absolutely take you out. So anytime that we are below max health, we heal. We use a life up, we use a burger, whatever we need to do, we just heal. Because as a technicality, Frankie is very capable of doing 30 damage. And we don't have a lot more health than that. They're 25 right there. Okay, Frank became tame. That's good to see. And that's going to give us another usage of our life up. So that's kind of what we're doing here, is making sure that we have that extra life up ability. So we're going to go ahead and bash out the first two turns.
Wait, did he just turn into a tank? What?
Yeah, he's inside of the tank now.
Gotcha.
It's
Frank the tank.
It's a 90s robot. Let's put it that way. It's a junk robot.
Fair enough. So is he scarier in this form, or is it just an easier
No,
fight?
actually, much no.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, so I'm gonna say yes, but also no. Because as a technicality, it can do a lot more damage. But every other turn basically stops and does nothing. There we go. Frank the tank is down. It's very much, it looks like a 90s robot or a Mad Max robot. That just cobbled together from trash.
Nice.
Alright, and Frankie's going to give us our information saying, hey, go to Giant Step, but you got to go talk to the mayor, who is a functional bureaucrat, and the fact that they are not a functional bureaucrat. And we're going to go talk to Frankie. We're going to step back inside, then go back out and talk to Frankie. Going to give us a full health, a full rest. Didn't know that until I started speedrunning this game.
Yeah, interesting.
So we are going to go talk to the mayor, and then we're going to go do a little bit of shopping. Great town hall.
I forgot how much I love the music in this game.
This music is iconic in that you can also hear it in a lot of other like YouTube content creator arenas. You'll hear some of the battle music, and you're like, hey, wait a minute, I've heard that on this channel or that channel.
Right.
It's very much just kind of that type of music.
So good.
It is hauntingly good, and I have a story for that later, because we'll have some time to just randomly talk about some things. So we got the key, now we're going to go do some shopping, and I'd like to point this out. In this game that was produced in 1994, we are going to be buying burgers that cost $14 for a single burger in 1994.
They just knew, man. They knew what direction we were heading in.
With inflation, that's like $30. Oops, helps we draw some money.
Oh Lord, you charge me $30 for a burger, I'll just cry.
Pretty much. It's got to be a really good burger. And it's a burger, and I will very clearly say, not a cheeseburger. It's just meat and bread. That's it.
From the burger shop. I love it.
It's so simple, and honestly, it's such a different vibe from RPGs of the 90s, where it was very much like, well, very much high fantasy. So you got your Final Fantasies, you've got your Secret of Manas, your Lufias, your things like that. And this is Suburbia Americana.
Yeah, this game was just so different, like style-wise and just everything, like from the music to how it looks to the characters, like everything was just so different. It still is to this day, really.
It is. There's only a couple games that have a direct line of succession from this game. And I'm not going to be counting Mother 3, which is the very technical sequel to this game. So let's stutter step past this mouse. This mouse is just going to watch us walk on by and be like, there is nothing I can do to catch up with them.
So when you're doing this, are you just like tapping the D-pad quickly?
Yeah, that's what you have to do.
Gotcha.
So this is going to be setting up our grinding. This is our first and our only grinding. We have to find bugs. That's all we are trying to fight, is these little pack of slugs. If they will ever spawn for me.
And is it because they're easier to kill, or like what's the goal here?
They have a lot lower HP and they spawn in a bigger pack.
Gotcha.
They can spawn in like packs of 4. And they only take about 1 hit to take out. I want this rat, right? Rat's not in a good location. We'll find a way to... Okay, there we go. That enables that, make sure that the rat does not spawn in. Does not spawn in anything else. There we go. There's a bug. Come on, there we go. They are really easy to fight and adorable. So, this is our only grind session. We are going up to level 8 so we can get a particular piece of magic or PSI in this game. So we have time to talk about... I talked about music succession in this game. So, fun fact. This game has a ROM hack called the Halloween Earthbound hack. It has music done by... Oh, we got the bomb. That's bad luck. The ROM hack was made by Toby Fox. Toby Fox used a piece of music called Megalovania.
Nice.
Toby Fox then went also to do music for a particularly small webcomic called Homestuck. Used the music Megalovania. Then Toby Fox went on to make his own game. A little game we call Undertale. Undertale got super popular, and they got to do music for Pokemon Sword and Shield. And then went on to do music for Scarlet and Violet, particularly the Area Zero theme. So Earthbound has a direct link to Pokemon.
Okay, that's really cool. I had no idea. That's
yeah.
That's really awesome. So is that how Toby Fox got his like debut? Was with the ROM hack?
Yep. The ROM hack is okay. I will be very abundantly clear. The ROM hack is not great. It has not aged well. There's some problematic stuff in it, but it is a piece of Earthbound history because it is one of the only well-received ROM hacks for this game. Or the only well-received and most played. Let's put it that way. Let me word it that way. But the music, the Megalovania theme, is basically Toby Fox's calling card, as it were. So it's really cool to mention that and like really draw that line of succession of, hey, Toby Fox really just loved Earthbound, did some music for this game, and did a hack. And that's how we have Pokemon, some of the iconic Scarlet and Violet, Sword and Shield music.
Yeah, that's so cool. I had no idea.
And I like to go into, that's why you follow your passions. They may not pay off today or within the decade, but at some point, they have a chance. They have a chance there.
Follow your dreams, chat. Follow your dreams.
Exactly. Follow your dreams in a moral and ethical way.
Yeah, it's nice to sprinkle that in at the end there.
Yeah, it's the seasoning that goes on top of the food. It's the larger than we really all like it to be asterisk, as long as it's moral, ethical, and safe. But if you have any host stuff you need to want to read out, this is, like I said, this is the only grind session, and there's not a whole lot to explain other than going up to level 8. So you're more than welcome to read what you need to read, say what you need to say.
All right, folks. Well, we are raising money for Save the Children. This is SDAT 2024. The wonderful people in chat already know this. But please get your dollars in. Every single penny counts. And then well, for now, we're actually just vibing. What level are you at right now?
We're at level 7. Yep,
level 7.
Level
Very
7.
Nice.
One more level to go.
All right, folks. Well, please get your donations in so you can give me something to read.
Give limericks and tongue twister. That's always the fun part to do for the host.
Oh God, no. Well, I mean, yeah, do it for charity, but good Lord, that's I'm gonna crumble.
Or the ever puns. That's a very much on brand for this game. Is give us puns. I really want that bug. And you can stutter past the bugs. I'm being risky here by hunting this pack right here. Because we now have 2 rats on the screen, but I can absolutely stutter step past them. Alright, so do we have a story why Geach? Or is it just funny? I'm okay with it just being funny.
I haven't been told, so I'm actually not sure. I was kind of wondering the same thing. Like, Geach and Booch are really funny names, and then Roy just kind of threw me off. So I'm not really sure. If anyone knows in chat, please let me know. I don't really know the story behind it.
There's lore here, I feel.
There's gotta be.
Oh, there we go. We got PSI chat. Okay, I want to move this. There we go. I was like, I want to move the mouse strategically. It's not like Link turning to Lonk or anything like that. Okay, we got to stutter step past the bugs and past the rat, because those are no longer particularly slugs. They can be ants. Ants are a tad more dangerous in the fact that they can call friends and be like, hey, let's have a party. And that's not a party we want to be invited to. Because they'll eat up.
Do they just come out in like big packs? Is that the issue?
They will continuously just spawn. And
gotcha.
They're not great to have around. Okay, we can stutter step past all these.
Oh, that's them on the ground. I didn't even realize. I was like, I thought they were just part of the floor.
No, that's actually the dangerous part.
I see it now.
There's a part coming up where they can just blend in with one of the pieces of architecture. And you'll be like, oh no, the coast is clear. And then you'll take a step and they'll just gang up on you. And you're like, oh, that's cool. Didn't see that happening.
Just what I wanted.
Oh boy, a pack of bugs. Thanks.
Also, earlier you mentioned you got something after a fight, and you said, "Oh no, I got the bomb." What is the issue with bombs?
The bombs are actually a low probability drop. So it's if you're playing normally, it would be considered good luck to get the bomb because it can do pretty good damage towards this boss right here. But because it's just a superstition of if you get the bombs, you're gonna have a bad time in this fight. It's one of those superstitions for this game.
Fair enough. Okay.
Yeah. It's really it's one of those really just weird ones where it's like, all right, it's not really gonna be a problem, hopefully. But that does give us the option to throw this bomb. Yep, because it's going to try and take all of our power points. 100 damage. So we only have to do just a little bit more damage here.
And this like fight music is so iconic.
Mm-hmm.
Love it.
I've probably screwed myself. No! Yes! Okay. Huh.
Scared me.
Okay.
So we're chilling. This is good.
We're okay for the moment. I'm just pounding back burgers. Okay. This boss can be... There we go. Titanic Ant is down. We are safe for Titanic Ant. We have indeed squashed the ant.
Let's go.
This boss can sometimes just basically go, no, you're not progressing. and put up a shield and just keep attacking you to doing a lot of damage. Again, like I said, even high tier runners, people on the top ends of tournaments and speedruns, sometimes just Ant will just say no, and that's when you just calmly reach over to your SNES and just hit the reset button and go, we'll get him again next time.
And then you cry. That's,
right.
That's
for marathons,
right.
you cry for marathons, you cry afterwards. You log off, you thank everybody, and then you go and weep that Titanic has destroyed you.
In the shower.
Yeah. You gotta get a nice cold beverage, a nice cold Dr. Pepper, and you weep in the shower. Exactly.
Yeah.
But
as you do.
now that you beat the boss at this area, everything's gonna run from us now. So you'll note that the ants are running away, the mice will run away, and that's something really kind of cool that I don't remember a whole lot of games doing. Is that you've beat the Lord of the Dungeon, as it were, and everything goes, not messing with you. You beat up the boss, I'm out. I'm good.
Does it do it in all the dungeons in the game, or is it just like this one? Oh, yeah, interesting. Okay.
All the different dungeons, so like all the dungeons that have associated enemies, we're not going to see it a ton, because this is actually one of the few dungeons that we're actually going to do. We're not doing any major skipping, but the way this game is laid out, you can skip some sections, and it's perfectly okay. It's not a glitch, it's just... The game's just like, alright, cool. You beat some story triggers, you're fine. Go for it. So now since we pounded burgers back there, we are going to buy some more here, because we do have a boss gauntlet coming up. I say boss gauntlet, it's one boss, 4 underlings. How's it?
Huge gauntlet.
Yeah, it's a huge gauntlet.
Huge.
And we're gonna go fight them right now. So we filled up our pockets with burgers. Don't ask why we have 8 burgers shoved in our pockets. And we're gonna go to the police station. And
Just
we're gonna
a standard Monday.
Yeah. We're gonna get the most meta line ever. At times like this, kids should be playing Nintendo games.
Nice.
I think we're doing that just now.
And we just got a raid. Thank you very much, Oregon Mike. Welcome, raiders.
So we're going to do attacks on these standard cops right here. 3 hits and they go down. If it's a smash attack, it's 1. So there is some HP thresholds that we're going to try to adhere to. So if you need
I gotta ask though, since we skipped the story a little bit here, why are the cops attacking children?
Hey, great question.
They just lured you into a room and they're like, you're screwed now.
So basically, the mayor was kind of like, hey, don't go into the entertainer shack, but I'll totally give you the key. And behind the entertainer shack was the giant step and the ant. And so the police are like, hey, you've proven us ineffectual, and because you took out the sharks, Frank. Now you took out the ant at the giant step, so you're making us look dumb. And so they're like, well, we're gonna attack you. There's a very meta and a very real life situation that this game is making a reference to. But the marathon's not really the place to talk about that. To be very honest.
Fair enough.
You could absolutely hit me up on my Twitch channel, and I will tell you all about it. But right now, right here, is just it's not fun.
That's fair. Hey, but if you guys are curious, feel free to follow Derrick on Twitch. Yeah, a little plug right there.
Yeah, I don't like to do the pluggy plugs till the end, but
you know,
are we gonna get some burger drops? Because okay, well, Mike, that's actually the most correct answer. Because cops. You know what? I'll take that answer. That seems to be the most accurate answer. So we're gonna use a life up here. We got a little dangerously low on HP. But that is okay because we have our HP thresholds we kind of like to adhere to. 55 for burgers and below 40 for life up. So we're gonna go ahead and, man, we're just consuming these burgers.
I was gonna say, yeah, these kids are just chomping down burgers.
Can you imagine being in the middle of just a fight and just like, no, hang on a second, I gotta chow down burgers, and just hammering them down? Actually, that's the Skyrim approach, where you just eat blocks of cheese, right?
Yeah, I mean, really, have you ever really fought if you were munching on a burger halfway through?
I mean, I can't say that I have.
Exactly.
Some folks in the Earthbound speedrunning community they do a fun category called food percent, where every bite of food that they eat in game, they have to take a bite in real life.
Oh man, wow, I would absolutely try that.
I would too, if it weren't for the fact of, if you're doing the full game, that's a lot of food.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, what are they using? Like pizzas, or like what's the? I feel like you have to have a huge supply.
I've not participated in it just because that's not my bag. Eating that much food is just not the thing I want to do in a race. Casually, sure, but on stream, maybe not. So we have cleared the road path, so now we're actually getting out of Onet. Because there was a nice roadblock right here, because the sharks, the gang at the beginning, were just too unruly. So they blocked all travel. And we're going to pick up a burger from here, because we definitely need to pick it up, because we were pounding burgers. Alright, we cannot stutter step around mushrooms, and we do not want to engage with mushrooms, because they will mushroomize you, and they will reverse all of your controls, and that's just not very fun. And
wait, like during combat, or like afterwards you're stuck with reverse controls?
In the world map, it'll have reverse controls, and in battle, sometimes you'll hit yourself or your companions. So it's just not a good time to have them.
Yeah.
Alright, so we're going to go to the department store here. We've made it to Tucson. Tucson looks radically different from what I thought it looked like as a child. I imagined more of a desert, but you know. That's a geography joke for everyone who gets it. No,
that was good. That was good.
And then we're going to call our dad. So this is pretty cool. We set up some stuff, and we're just going to make a record. Because we've done quite a bit, and we're going to make sure to continue. If you accidentally hit end, you get to watch the game go to a black screen, and your face will reflect on the screen. And then you get to have a look at yourself and go, I did this. I told it to go ahead and end. I now have to look at myself as the game reboots. And you have to wonder, is this a good time to go ahead and reset the run, or what you want to do? Because it is a not small amount of time loss. So we're going to go to Apple Kit. We all adore. And we're going to go to his house. He's going to say, hey, this place is kind of nasty smelling, kind of terrible. And also, I have not eaten. And we're going to give them a burger. And then he's going to go, hey, you fed me. You want to give me some money? And we're going to give him $200. And then we're going to talk to the rat. I'm sorry, the mouse. Difference. And we're going to get what's called the receiver phone. If anybody in chat wants to take a guess at what the receiver phone does, now would be your time. Because we'll explain that.
Receive calls?
It does receive calls.
Oh.
And it will only receive calls.
I'm a genius. Look at that. Also, why is he called Apple Kid?
Because the other kid is called Orange Kid, and is wearing orange. He's wearing red. Keep up.
Okay, I mean, hey, no, I thought his head was gonna be like an apple or something.
No, but that would be a brand for Earthbound. I'm gonna be honest.
It would, yeah.
Honestly, I'm a little disappointed that it's not now.
Right. I was totally expecting that for some reason.
Yeah, so it's the receiver phone because it can only receive phone calls. So it's like one of those cell phones you get your grandparents. You're like, hey, look, you're only receiving calls. You're not making those calls.
It's a one-way phone, yeah.
Exactly. It's the phone you get for your grandparents or your kids. Where you're like, No
By the way,
social media.
What is this guy? The guy who keeps popping out of the ground who looks like Mr. Rossetti.
He is a good reference. First and foremost, Animal Crossing references are always a win for this.
Yeah.
That is a helpful mole who will give you hints from this game. Who will give you
okay.
hey, watch out for, kind of like helpful tips. Let's be very clear.
Gotcha.
There is
Okay,
also
that's
the hint. Also, great Rossetti reference. I'm assuming you're referring to the GameCube version?
Yeah, well, that's the one I'm most familiar with, but yeah.
Great reference. I love it.
Yeah, he looks like him, kinda.
No, I agree. Except he's
Yeah.
not yelling at me.
Well, which is a nice change of pace.
Right. I mean, you know, I think that should be the way we read any of his text boxes. If we were to
Absolutely.
ever interact with him, we just scream into our microphone. Watch everybody who's a headphone wearer go, oh no, my ears. Yeah,
Myself
great.
included.
Yeah, I mean, me too. Not to be confused with the third strongest mole. Exactly. And here's where we receive a phone call, and it says, hey, come over here and we'll give you a cool invention. And we're going to come over here. And I use some pretty heavy air quotes for those who couldn't hear it in my voice or see it on screen. Heavy air quotes. Over here. Over here happens to be the park. So we're going to go, oh. Spooky dogs and spooky cops. Dogs are... Welcome to the bus station. Everybody say goodbye to the bus station. Only time that it'll ever be seen in a Boogie Percent. It's right there. Only by me. There we go. We still don't want to take a whole lot of fights. We're actually going to finish this speedrun right around level 13. And I think right now we are level 11. So we're gonna get the pencil eraser. Any guesses on what the pencil eraser does? If you are gonna give a guess that it erases pencils, you're correct.
Okay. Fair enough.
It erases pencils and pencil-like statues. Hey, we seen one of those earlier.
Hold on. What kind of magic? Where do you get this thing? I want that.
The Apple kid invented it. We paid $200. He's like, here's this eraser that erases the pencil.
I mean, I feel like that's kind of a steal. I'm not gonna lie.
It's a steal. But here's the question: what application do you have? You're like, you know what? I wish this pencil weren't here.
You could make a killing on YouTube videos for sure.
Oh, it would be one of those magic videos. So it's like,
yeah.
I made this pencil disappear. Oh, okay. And then you get the person who has to explain it. It's just a never-ending circle of content. I kind of agree.
That's where the money's at.
Yeah. Okay, catch up. Your students have the pencil eraser, but do they have the eraser? We're
Is
not
that
going to
actually a thing?
This is a thing in the game. Yeah.
Oh.
We're not going to see it. We are not going to see the eraser. But if you thought the pencil eraser was meta, the eraser is super meta because it is an eraser that erases erasers. So you use it and then it erases a statue that looks like an eraser and then it erases itself because the eraser is an eraser. So it erases the erasers. It's just a really meta joke that it gets a nice chuckle. Yeah, your head hurts and you go, I gotta sit down. And if you played this game originally on SNES, you're like, I gotta sit down and take my multivitamins. Of which, let me be very quick, I am very much the 90s kid that played this on original hardware.
Nice. So when you're despawning these, oh whoa, okay, he came out of nowhere. When you're despawning these guys, how do you know if you've gone far enough?
So there's some game lag on occasion. If there's a big group of enemies, it's game lag will tell you because it'll stop lagging.
Okay.
The other portion is honestly just the heart of the cards, just feeling it. You're like, walked a little ways away from it, so I'm gonna test it and keep coming back and forth, and you eventually figure out, all right, I'm roughly here when I can despawn stuff.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's all feel. And what do the butterflies do?
They give me back power points.
Oh, okay,
so
sweet.
yeah, so basically they just help you relax and you get back power points. So we're wanting to make sure that we are full up on health and full up on power points before we go do our next thing. And we are now, so we don't have to encounter anymore.
Nice.
Ooh.
Yeah, these things they go like super fast. Oh, the tree is the tree a bad guy too? What was that?
Yeah, the tree is also a bad guy.
I was like, what is going on here?
Oh, okay. That we take that. All right.
Yeah, I think they didn't even move.
Hey,
Beautiful.
by the way, that was peaceful, restful valley. Are you feeling it all peaceful or restful? Aggro, snake is aggro.
Of course. Well, I was, and then wait, hold on. What just happened?
Okay, so good. That was a good time to explain. We don't get to see it too often. Instant battles. So, if you are sufficiently leveled enough where you outspeed the enemy, and you can also kill them in one hit, the game automatically goes, yeah, so we're not going to make you go to that battle. It will automatically just complete the fight for you.
Gotcha. Yeah. Oh, that's a nice time saver.
It is. I love it very much. It's really interesting. I don't see a whole lot of games have it nowadays.
I feel like more games should, because like, especially when they're like turn-based, right? It's just like it's a big grind sometimes.
Yeah. In before Pokemon does that for the next generation, and then we get to see the Twitter posts about how it's made the game too easy.
Too easy, right? Because Pokemon, super hard games, of course.
I don't know. Have you played it? No. Anyway, so we're gonna talk to our second kiddo.
Just Quo wanted to ask a question here in chat. He's asking, does Boogie happen before or after the third strongest mole?
Before. We never see the third strongest mole.
Gotcha.
I'm sorry to tell you that, but we will never see the third strongest mole unless we've done something horrifically wrong. But I agree, it is the big sad about that. I like the third strongest mole. They have a spooky name on occasion. But, we take it. Alright, we're going to use chat. By the way, I'd not mentioned it. We're using PSI chat. So our favorite thing became our PSI attack. So, congratulations, chat. You're in the game. And I want to let you know that, very technically, you can also let us all down. In the game,
job, chat.
On occasion, you'll use it, and then it'll just go, yeah, so nothing happened.
Oh no, what causes that?
It has to do with speed and difference. It's just kind of a luck thing.
Gotcha.
But I like to word it on occasion that chat is helping us. Because a lot of the times, chat is very helpful, and we do quite a bit of damage, and we're all good, and we're just trying to run away from these cultists. So you all can say you all participated in the Earthbound Boogie Percent. Update your resumes now. I'm gonna go ahead and use the life up here and take the butterfly. This next fight is not terribly dangerous, but the cultists have the ability to call for help. And they can basically endlessly call for help.
Like mid-battle? Or
mid-battle.
Spawn more? Oh, wow.
Yeah,
okay.
mid-battle, they take a turn and they call for help. Sometimes nobody shows up. Sometimes another cultist shows up. So you start on Cultist A. I have gotten up to Cultist H. As everybody counts to what number H is, we're going to take this fight.
You literally caught me using my fingers. I was...
It's not great. It's a great level up, but it's just not a great feeling because we have a boss fight right after this. So you go from one fight that can infinitely spawn, basically, or practically feels like. I think there is a stopping point. I think at F or G or something like that. Again, it's one of those, if you're trying for an actual PB, That's the point where you see H and you slowly start reaching over to your reset button. And just calmly pushing that and going, oh, we'll get him a next time, chat.
Right, yeah. That's a big time loss, gotcha.
Alright, so we're super lucky there. So, we went to the cabin, right? And we talked to... Paula, I forget the character's name. I am so sorry, chat. It was Geech and Booch?
Booch, yeah.
Okay. And we got a Franklin badge, right? The Franklin badge reflects lightning. Mr. Carpenter here uses lightning. Unfortunately, it's not reflecting as many as I'd like.
Is it is it a piece of equipment or just an item you hold on
Item
to?
in inventory.
Nice.
Yeah, so you don't actually have to, like, do a ton with it. You just have it in your inventory, and it just hangs out. Alright, and that was Mr. Carpenter. So he's gonna go, oh, the statue behind me, really weird, affected me. Here's the key to Booch's cabin, or their jail cell. Yeah, go ahead and get him out of there. I'm gonna be fighting not to call this character something from a 2000s British comedy. It's Booch with CH. I'm still really curious about that lore of Geech. I love it. I kind of want that lore.
Yeah, I think they're awesome sounding names. I'm very curious, and then the Roy just kind of throws me off every time.
I'm just imagining it as like a 90s sitcom. It's like introducing Geech, Booch, and Roy.
And Roy, yeah, a big letdown. And Roy.
Or what is it? The Super Smash. It's like Mario, Roy. One of them is like super flat.
Yeah.
Just like, I have lost patience with this.
impressed.
I am done. This is my last line for recording today. I want to do nothing more than finish this line, go home. Ganondorf. Alright, I'm done. No second take.
That's all you're getting today.
So we have Booch now, and we're going to go ahead and dump some stuff out of our inventory. The cheap bracelet, the bat, and the Holmes hat. Oh, nope, that's the pencil eraser, can't drop that. We're also, I'm sorry, but we're going to get rid of the teddy bear. No teddy bear for us.
Not the teddy bear.
The teddy bear basically is a shot blocker. Basically, it's just like another party member that enemies can target. So we don't want it in our inventory, and there's a very specific reason. And I'm going to show you that reason right now. Inventory management it's weirdly not as much this run as you'd think. And there's the red swirl, meaning we are not going to get to move first. What's the mole going to do? It's going to miss. We are going to show it our ATM card and go, I have money, do you? And it's going to get real angry with us. And it's going to try and scratch at us. Trust me, there's an entire reason why we're doing this. Hopefully we get it here pretty quick. Oh, it felt a little strange, so technically it could attack itself, which is never a good thing. Or it can be absent-minded. And when we hit it, it actually breaks it out of feeling weird, so it can no longer hit itself. Alright, Geech is down. This is not looking good for us, chat. Okay. And Booch is down. Alright,
no.
How are we gonna play this? Just kidding, it was all part of the routing. We're back in Tucson. No backtracking for us today.
Love it.
That works if I don't explain why we're saving. Like 20 minutes ago, we saved, and I was like, we're doing this for a reason. And that is the reason right there.
Interesting, okay.
That's super funny when you actually get people like, oh no, and then it's like, no, we got this.
I was concerned though. I was like, oh no, hold on.
Yes!
It's not working.
Where's my banner that says mission accomplished? We got him.
The ATM card failed us.
I'm just imagining, just waving an ATM card in the mole's face, going, "I have money," and he just getting angry and lashing out.
Just dives at you.
Right. I'm just. This is probably a very niche reference. I'm just imagining that one sequence from the one episode of Happy Smiling Friends, where it's like, if you do that again, I'll punch you in the throat. And like we're waving it, going, and we're the ones waving in its face, and it just punches us in the throat.
So good.
All right, we talked to Booch's father. Wow, I am just struggling with those names. And we basically went, hey, rescued, but by the way, gonna go save the world. Then we come out, and a person we've never met is actually looking for us at the park. Oh my god! That dog was on a mission!
Yeah.
So we're gonna go to this park again, and we're gonna talk to this man that's on the roof. And you're gonna basically say, hey, you have found Booch. Here's some money. Here's a wad of bills that amount up to $10,000. Just stuff that in your pocket and move on. It's literally a wad of bills worth of $10,000. Yeah. So then we're gonna go do the most interesting thing for progression. So right now, if we were to try to go to the next town, we can't. The tunnel is blocked by ghosts. So how do you solve ghosts? Who are you going to call if you see ghosts? It's not the Ghostbusters. No. It's the Blues Brothers.
Okay. Also a good choice, I guess.
So we're going to go talk to this girl over here. And we are going to go backstage, meet the band of the Runaway Five. Don't count the number of members. I'll know it if you do. So there's 5 back here. Great, awesome. Your heart's going pitter-patter. Now we're gonna leave, and don't count the people on stage. And while you're not counting on stage, go ahead, go take a look at the Tiltify page, go get your donations in, stand up, stretch, hydrate. If you're done doing all of that, leave some gifts for Twitch chat. We are in the Runaway 5. Don't count the number of people on stage. We're doing the dance party today.
This is looking epic.
I take the time to hydrate. I will stretch. You were asked about cutscenes earlier.
Yeah.
This is one of them. But the Earthbound community uniformly loves the cutscenes. Because they're so few and far between, that everybody just loves them. And even speedrunners, we use the time to stand up, stretch out our hands. If you're really on the PV grind, you get up, you get some water. You've got time to do all that, and you don't take time loss.
Right, yeah. It's a very welcome break.
Exactly. And if you're in a marathon, it gives you time to go look at the Tiltify, figure out what incentives and bid wars and things you want to donate towards, because that is super important, as that is why we are here.
That's right. So get on that, chat.
Exactly. So
the music was awesome.
Exactly. Even in races. So most of the time you're in a race, and whoever's in the lead, that's whose audio they have. But anytime anybody runs into the Runaway Fives cutscene, you switch audios. It doesn't matter if you have seen it already, you switch audios to that. Just because of the way everybody loves it. So we give the theater manager of the wad of bills $10,000, and he gets the Runaway Five out of their predatory contract. So now they can leave town. Where are they going to go? They're going to go to Fourside. But how do you get to Fourside but through Threed? So we go through Threed. Hey, and our ride is so loud that ghosts can't get us. So we call the Blues Brothers to deal with ghosts, because we don't call the Ghostbusters, we call the Blues Brothers, right? Their music is so loud that ghosts can't get them. Don't think about it for too long. And here's our second cutscene break. So if you didn't get to finish your water, or get your water, or stretch, talk to chat, anything like that, now's your time. Because again, you have some more time to do all of that. Because we're getting to fight some ghosts with the power of rock. And that's one of those things I love. I love that the ghosts will start chasing you down, but they can't get you because A, we're in a car that's playing loud music apparently. One of the things I really love, specifically about like streaming this sort of game, is we get to name the characters, which you get to name characters like after your chat or anything like that. Like the people who are hanging out in chat. Alright, so we have finished Tucson, now we are in Reed. We're just gonna go up here and we're gonna go to the graveyard. We fought the ghosts, but now we're gonna go taunt the ghosts by hanging out in the graveyard. Avoid the marionettes. And we have to avoid flies, ghosts, and trash cans in this area. We have a fly up there. Another fly. We don't take those. No flies today. All right, our soul has been peered into. Now we just have to get out of here. And we go back to the hotel. We're gonna follow this suspicious-looking person in a town full of zombies and marionettes and ghosts and everything like that. We follow the suspicious person because they're being suspicious. And oh no! Ghosts and zombies! But that's okay. We are going to make a telephone call. A psychic telephone call. Alright. We're going to go check this door. And we're going to find out if it's open or closed. And oh, it's locked. Here we begin our psychic telephone call to our friend Roy. And we are going to ask them about their car's extended warranty. We're trying to contact you about your car's extended warranty. And everybody, welcome to New Orleans. Not New Orleans, I'm reading chat, trying to talk. Welcome to the UK. Winters.
It's Tuesday, isn't it?
It is, maybe, yes, depending on your time zone, yes. Hello.
Hi, Crunchy Brown's power went out, so I am just emergency filling in for right now.
Perfectly fine, the more the merrier. More party members, as they say.
Woo!
So we're Booch and Geach are kind of contact Roy.
You know, I'm a huge fan of Booch.
Do you have the lore for Booch and Geach?
No, I don't.
Okay. That's gonna be, I think that, can we make that part of SDAT lore?
Sure.
Okay. We can tell the tales of Geach and Booch and Roy. You gotta say Roy as flatly as possible. Alright, now we've got Roy and we've got Tony. And we're gonna go talk to Maxwell. Fun fact, I went as Maxwell for Halloween. You just gotta have green attire. He is, he's more of a nuisance than anything. He gives us a key that's just a little bent. It's okay. We need to open up the lockers next door anyway. So the key to the lockers, that's just a little bent. Whatever. We're gonna drop the broken spray can, and we're gonna use the key to the locker, and it's bent and doesn't even fit. So now we get to go talk back to Maxwell. Be like, hey man, what was that? He goes, oh yeah, I didn't think the key would actually work. So anyway, here's a different thing. And he gives us the bad key machine that opens locks if you have a slightly bent key. That is legitimately its explanation. It opens locks if you have a slightly bent key. And we've got a pop gun and we've got a Holmes hat, which we are going to equip. And then we get out of here. And Tony's going to be a true icon. Going to let us use him as a step stool to get over the gate of the boarding school so we can get out of here. We have things to do. Someone called us about our car's extended warranty. We got to go cash in on that. But we gotta get a monkey first. We have a date with Bubble Monkey, who loves gum and is able to fly. Don't question anything you see in Earthbound. Also, note the poster for Hotland Tourism. It's my favorite thing to point out there. Hotland being from Undertale. The bird. We don't want the bird today. We don't want Caution Crow. We'd rather Danger Dog or Ramifications Ram. I don't know. I didn't have anything prepared that was like Peter Parker, but for Rams. What is your alliteration name for the Rams? We have Danger Dog, Caution Crow.
Rowdy Ram.
Rowdy Ram? You know what? We'll take it. We'll take it. And we are going to have...
Rambunctious? What's another good word for that?
Right? Because there is something else called Rowdy. It's the mole playing Rowdy. I'm like, what else we got? Flunchy Ram? Alright, I mean, you know what? I have, for lack of nothing better, I mean, I think we're going to have to take it. We had some stew, and so now it's slightly windy, and we get to see our favorite character in the game. We all love them. We all love them. Everybody welcome to the stage. Tessie. Our favorite dopey-looking prehistoric beast that we affectionately name Tessie, or the MS Paint Beast. There is the fun thing is that one of the things I've done for my particular stream is I have FFC emotes, and we have all the lineup of Pride Tessies. So does Tessie in all of the Pride flag colors. And we have it there so that any channel can use them for free. You don't have to be subscribed to any particular channel. You don't have to follow, nothing like that. All you have to do is just go to FFC and go, I want to use it on my channel, and you immediately have access to all of the Pride Tessies. Because I think as one person said that I love, Pride should never be gatekept, and I love that.
I agree.
Okay. Let's get out of here. Everybody wave goodbye to Tessie. And we are going to go through Brick Road. There's the bye Tessies. I love the Pride Heart. Love to see it. Tessie is perfect, unlike Bubble Monkey. Bubble Monkey is my least favorite character. Mostly just because they ruin some setups. Or potential skips. Okay, so we have two enemies immediately. Hopefully these are not too dangerous today. I'm counting in my head the number of turns. 3. Because it's 7 turns we can get out of here. We are going to use the boiled egg. Okay, that's okay. That's okay. This is kind of not unheard of. If the worthless protoplasms summon in a secondary character, they can cause a little bit of problems. All you have to do is just run away from them, a singular one, at turn 5. It's 2, it's 7 enemies. So, since it summoned another one, we had to have 7 turns on our belt. So, here's one. Hello.
Is that Crunchy Brown?
It is. I'm back.
He's back.
Terribly sorry about that. That was a big surprise.
Power outage always is, right?
Yeah. My area is kind of known for having them fairly common. But there's nothing going on outside. It's a nice sunny day, and it just happened. So I was like, okay, I guess.
Power overload the area. Also, big thanks to whomever stepped in. I didn't have Discord pulled up, but thank you for stepping in, hanging out.
Yeah,
we
it was
appreciate
CC.
all of our hosts. Well, welcome back. What'd you miss? You missed all of 3 and making our phone call.
I missed a lot. There's a monkey following you now, I think.
Yeah, so let's fill you back in. We have Bubble Monkey behind us now.
Okay, and we have Roy. I see.
Yep, we do have Roy. So Geach and Booch are trapped underground. And so we made a psychic phone call to Roy and said, hey, Roy, we're trying to contact you about your car's extended warranty. Roy jumped up out of bed at boarding school in UK and was like, I gotta cash in on this. So now Roy is trying to make their way to Geach and Booch. You should hear my brain trying to spin up to remember those. I gotta be honest.
It's getting you flustered there. You're mixing them up. That's fair.
So Russian is way down that way. Be like, I gotta cash in on this extended warranty of the car. And making our way through Brick Road, we got a cookie. That's good. Okay. Okay, that was the last bit of Brick Road, so we are officially exited here, and now we're going to Pond Cave. Now, Pond Cave has a very particular reason why it's called Pond Cave. And we will stop by and we'll see it. But right here is where we get to do our second bit of stutter stepping. There's a rat up here, I think. Yep. We take the hamburger just for a little bit of safety. There's some bugs here, there's some rats. Later on there'll be alligators and mushrooms. So we just have to stutter step. Oh my god.
Just glide on by.
We cannot stutter step past the mushrooms, so we have to despawn these. Okay, we can do this. That's the dangerous part, is we can stutter step all the way through, and then find out, oh wait, we can't stutter step past the mushrooms, so now we need to do a ton more.
Do the mushrooms just not respond to the stutter step? Like they'll just bounce on you? Gotcha.
Yeah. Unfortunate, not all enemies are weak to the stutter stepping. Okay. Alright, everybody say hi to the pond. That's the pond of Pond Cave. And now we go through.
Such a glorious pond.
It's a great pond. Don't question why a whole pond is named after really what really could probably be called, rightfully so, like pond. Alright, we give Bubble Monkey a piece of bubble gum, and they breathe and they will drop the rope. Let's ask the question of, is Bubble Monkey breathing out helium to be lighter than air?
It seems like the only logical answer.
See, I would say it's helium, but does the volume of that bubble contain enough helium to lift an entire monkey? The real science questions of Earthbound.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
So it'd have to be a gas lighter than helium. Anyway, that's Love Monkey, official name of that other monkey. And our bubble monkey just goes, you know what? I'm out. And everybody say hi to Stonehenge. Yeah, the bubble monkey just goes, you know what? I'm good. I got some bubble gum. And now we're gonna go to the lab, and we're gonna find Roy's dad, who is super chill. He's like, oh hey, who are you? Oh right, my son. Yeah, I haven't seen you in 10 years. How about a donut? No.
Super
Dad.
chill.
Super chill about just being like, whatever. And he's gonna say, hey, let's get together another 10 years. And then we just leave. We just go, all right, bye.
And you hop in the spaceship? What?
Yeah, Skyrunner. Yep.
Okay, he's just okay with it.
Yeah. He was like, hey, you gotta go somewhere? Yeah, just hop in the spaceship. Child I haven't seen in 10 years. Go for it. Here's the keys. As it turns out, this thing is kind of a Pinto. If you're a child of the 90s or earlier, you know that the Pinto was not a very reliable car. The Skyrunner is not super reliable. It kind of has a bad track record. But how are we doing on schedule? Are we ahead of schedule, behind schedule, on schedule? What do we got?
Well, I mean, we had started the run roughly, I want to say 15, maybe 20 minutes ahead of schedule, so...
Okay.
Yeah.
We're doing good. Okay, good. This is the last cutscene. So typically during this cutscene, I like to give a little bit of shout-outs. First of all, to my lovely wife, who was able to get our kiddos out of the house so that I could do this run for the marathon. Through my wife, all speed runs are made possible. And all events that I do, sort of thing, is possible because she gets them out of the house and gets them doing stuff so I can have a quiet environment to do this. So, first and foremost, big ups to my wife. This is the last cutscene. Second of all, thank you to Speed Docs for having me. This is the second run I was able to do. So I really appreciate the platform on which to do all of the marathon events. So I appreciate that, and so thankful. All of our great hosts, mods, and social media teams. Everybody's been amazing. Such a delight to work with. And then all of the Earthbound Super Series people. That's the Earthbound speedrunning community. They are so cool and chill. It's a great welcoming community for such an amazing game. We do have a tournament coming up, the Boogie% tournament. So this is running that. And then we also have two different randomizers. We have an Ancient Cave randomizer and a Key Item randomizer. So those are all super fun, and we have tournaments on those as well. And then last but certainly not least, my amazing community, who is probably at least a little tired of seeing me run this game. I run this game quite a bit. And they're all super chill, and all appreciate and love them so much. So we are gonna go do our last big thing. We're gonna go beat up a tent. So the door is locked. We're gonna use the bad key machine to get out of the door. Crunchy, you missed it, but the bad key machine only works if you have a slightly bent key.
Interesting. Okay.
Yep.
I have a question though. First of all, thank you for the shout outs and all that. That was beautiful.
Yeah.
But didn't the spaceship crash? I mean,
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Up. Okay.
I told you, it's the Pinto of this game.
I didn't want to interrupt you, but I was like, hold on, it just blew up. Why?
Why are we not acknowledging this?
Yes, and then everyone's okay. I mean, okay, all right.
Yeah, no, that's the thing that I love about this game. As world-shattering as the games makes it sound like everything is, it's not at all world-shattering and even dangerous even, which is something I really love. We're actually taking a safety save right here. There's a non-zero chance that Boogie Tent just goes, not today, and that is literally like tripping on the 1 yard line. And that's my only sports reference you're gonna get. You can literally trip on the 1 yard line, and then you have to figure out what you're gonna do. So the save is literally just for marathon safety. So
what is that red thing that we're carrying behind us?
it's a teddy bear. We picked it up,
Oh,
and it's
okay.
yeah.
Gotcha.
We picked it up and just was like, you know what, we're gonna take it just for safety, because this tent can be dangerous. I don't know why I said it like that, but we're gonna go with it. All right, we are rounding bases. Time does not stop until I grab the fly honey. So down goes Boogie Tent. So now we get to mash through all of our level ups. So we got 1,000 EXP, and so everybody is like, I think our Geach is the highest level. Everyone else has not leveled a single level outside of their area. So I think Booch was still like level 3, 4. And Roy was second highest at maybe 3 or 4 as well.
Okay, but wait, hold on. Why did the tent just die immediately? You hit it like twice.
So we used big bottle rockets. So Roy comes in his pockets. He has bottle rockets. Roy is our technical kid. Cannot use magic. Can only use tools. And he has a big bottle rocket and a bottle rocket. And those do massive damage.
Gotcha.
And that is time. That's Boogie Percent.
Beautiful.
It's great.
Well
I
done.
love it. It's such a fun speed run, and you know, I really can't say enough that it's super good. There we go.
Yeah, no, that was awesome. That was and it's very different than what I've seen like in previous runs.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I'd never seen Boogie Percent, so that was pretty cool actually.
It's a really
It's like an easy run to pick up. It seems like it was fairly simple.
Yeah, it's a really simple game. It's a really simple speed run to pick up. It's the way you start any percent. It's kind of the gateway speed run for. There we go. We got it. It's the gateway speed run to Earthbound. And not a lot of tech. Just a little bit of stutter stepping and despawning, and that's about it. And then we do the ceremonial text glitch.
Yeah, what is going on here?
It's you just worm your way into the corner, and then you just start mashing the button, the exam button, and then it just starts just absolutely trying to load anything.
It goes nuts. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. Very
You
nice.
can actually crash the game this way. And this
All
you
right.
either go to a Woo Dog or you do the text glitch if you can.
Okay, well, that was awesome. I mean, thank you very much, Derrick. Do you have any like shout outs or any closing notes or anything like that? You kind of already did your shout outs, but
Yeah, not a whole lot. Just super appreciative to everyone. Go check out the Tiltify page. Go get in your donations. There's some amazing runs coming up. And I appreciate y'all for hanging out and being as much of a part of this speedrun as anything. We used chat here, so you know, you carried us through the game.
yeah, good job, Chad. Give yourselves a pat on the back. And speaking of amazing runs, we will have Super Metroid Any Percent coming up next, being run by Ryan Ford. So stick around because that is going to be a good one.
Mm-hmm. Still running.